I messed up my live stream a little bit before. I just want to show you. I don't know if you can see. There's a Slaughterhouse truck right in front of me. And we're at St. Helens in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And this is part of Project Livestream. We're here to show the world what's taking place in these hellholes. Please share, like, subscribe. I want to thank Mel and Steve for putting this together. You can see these poor beings are going into the gates of hell. And fittingly, this place is called St. Helens. Disgusting hellhole. Stinks. The smell, you can't even believe the smell here. It gets in your skin and it beds in you. So today marks a international live stream that we're doing. I didn't have the chance to get to the animals there, but hopefully we'll have a chance. So I kind of screwed up my earlier live stream, so I'm not sure if people thought that I'm not back, but I'm back. And if you're here, please let me know if you can hear me okay. Please leave a comment. I really appreciate the support, and I hope that all the other live streams today got a lot of support. Let me know if the stream is okay too, if it's breaking up. I'm gonna get. It was buffering, yeah. Was that near the Slaughterhouse truck, Martin? Or was that like as I was walking? Probably as I was walking, I'd imagine. Audio's good? Okay. We kind of just came back here because it was just easier because we had a Slaughterhouse truck in our sights just to show people what they look like. Didn't see anything before. Like no footage showed up. The truck didn't show up, Martin. Or you weren't here, maybe. Yeah, I have an issue sharing as well. I tried sharing and then my live stream kind of broke off. So let me know how the audio is. Let me know how it sounds here. I want to get actually closer to the Slaughterhouse. So that way when a truck does come up, I can maybe get some footage there. So once again, I'm at St. Helens. They call it Meat Packers here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Part of an international campaign, Project Livestream. If you don't know the activists Mel and Steve, they kind of thought of the idea of getting everybody out with their phones. We have this amazing tool in our hands, and we're able to share with the public what happens. Maybe that they've never seen what happens here. So, in hopes of changing hearts and minds. So I'm with the wonderful Jenny McQueen, and the two of us are here live streaming today. I'll just wait to see if more people come in. Say hi if you're here. Don't be shy. And yeah, Martin, I'm not sure, like, if you could send maybe this link to Mel and Steve. I'm not sure if they know I'm live yet. And I had a bit of trouble starting. If you don't mind. Are you on, Jenny? Okay. If you could share my live stream to Chris. Yeah? Okay. You rock, Martin. I can always count on you. You're really there for everyone, and I really appreciate that about you. Always on people's streams, always helping people out, and it doesn't go unnoticed, that's for sure. So if you're just joining, I'm at St. Helens Slaughterhouse in Toronto, Canada. It's part of an international campaign Project Livestream, the wonderful activists Mel and Steve in the UK came up with this idea. We've noticed a lot of live streams have been getting a lot of views, a huge uptake in views. And so the vertical format on YouTube has been killing it. And so what we're trying to do is take advantage of that, get activists armed with their phones, simply their phones, and to get out and speak out to this disgusting injustice that's happening to those poor cows. So at this specific location, they kill roughly 500 a day. And so that gets into a lot over the course of the year. In Canada, I think it's 3.8 million, something like that. These, a lot of them are mother cows. Some of them are still pregnant when they're sent to slaughter. It's absolutely awful and disgusting. And if you don't know about my background, I actually used to work in this environment. I actually saw what happens to these poor animals, and it haunts me. It's something that will stay with me for the rest of my life. Very naive when I was younger. I just kind of followed what I was told. I was told we have to eat animals, all these things. And, I believe that, this was necessary. This disgusting death truck was necessary. And one day I learned that it wasn't. And at that point I thought it was a diet. And then I learned throughout the years that no, it's more than that. It's a movement. It's a philosophy. Oh, great. Thank you, Martin. You rock. And so it's a movement. It's a philosophy. It's not a diet. It's actually not viewing animals as commodities, not viewing them as objects, fighting for them. We put them in this position. Humans have put these poor beings in this position. And so we're standing up here. I'm with my friend Jenny McQueen. We're asking other people to take up arms. And what I mean by arms is your phone. Go to these places, expose them, show the public what's happening in your neighborhoods. There's literally a neighborhood. Maybe I can show you. Right across the street. There's homes. You imagine they're drinking that water. They're inhaling that water. They're in that environment. Just want to show you this truck here. So inside that truck, there's skins. They're the skins of the mother cows that go into that hellhole right there. That's that place right there. Disgusting hellhole that you can't even imagine the smell that's coming from it. It's already in my clothes. It's like in my lungs. It's in my nose. It's disgusting. And so, of course, we have reactions from the employees straight away when they got here. One guy was scrambling. We're just two people, and like even as an inspector, which I was before. Sorry, I gotta watch around just in case. Even as an inspector before, I would have been for transparency. I would have been for showing the public what takes place. Why not? Why wouldn't you, right? What's there to hide? And as we know, the public doesn't want to see these things, or they just don't know what's going on. So I call this the most disgusting street in Toronto. As you can see, there's smoke back there. That's coming from a tire facility next to a tannery. So the skins that you saw driving by are going to a place called a tannery so they can put chemicals on the skin of the animals. They call it hide, but it's the skin of the cows. So they can put them out for shoes and jackets and shit like that. And if you don't know who I am, I see there's more people coming in. I'm David. I'm a former federal slaughterhouse inspector. I worked for the Canadian government for 15 years. And 6 to 8 years were in slaughterhouses. I saw what took place on kill floors. I worked in investigations. I've seen things that no one will ever see. I mean, maybe just a handful of people, and it haunts me. Even the first day I walked into one of these places, it really haunted me. I still see it. I still see it all the time, and it's no wonder. You know, when you work in these environments and you see these things, or if you participate in them, it's going to mess you up. And there's a lot of data to show that when you work in these places, you lose empathy, you move to apathy, and then you move to psychopathy, especially if you're killing. Your body needs a way to justify that, to put that in your brain, right? Hey, Liger, how are you doing? Game Vegan, Martin, Renee, Neil, how's it going, everyone? Thank you for being here. Smash that like button. We're trying to end this ridiculous, disgusting industry by using our phones. Phones are our greatest tool. I call it a weapon, you know. It can cause chaos. Like, there's already scrambling here by the employees. It's, you know, it's like when you catch somebody in a lie, or like a kid in a lie. You'll see their faces red, you know they're up to something. You know something had happened. It's the same thing here. Everyone scrambles around, runs around, because they know deep down inside what they're doing is wrong. Maybe they don't. Maybe it's just cognitive dissonance, but internally it's speaking to them, right? And so I'm at this place called St. Helens. It's a slaughterhouse in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. They kill mother cows, 500 a day. They kill lambs as well. And from my experience, the first time I went into a cow slaughterhouse, which is not too far from here, but an hour away, yeah, they were killing mother cows. Like, I saw a mother cow get cut open, saw a baby fall on a table, quite literally right in front of me, and I can't unsee it. You know, I cannot unsee that. And why should that be a surprise, right? And people often be like, well, you chose the job. You know, a lot of these workers don't choose the job, but however, nowadays I think a lot of people are way more aware of what's taking place, and there's no need for this. Like, we're paying for these places to be open and stay open. Hello, Michael. Thank you guys for joining. All VPM, yeah. I don't think VPM will mind. You know, they are doing incredible stuff as well, and I think the goal here is not to worry about, you know, which stream we're in, which one we're not. Our goal here is to try to get cameras on these places, like this slaughterhouse truck behind you. There's no one in there, right? There's no one in there. The person in that truck took innocent cows to this disgusting hellhole over here called St. Helens. As you can see, my friend Jenny's doing live there on Instagram. I hope you go follow her as well. Jenny McQueen, the most incredible activist I know. Been arrested 26 times, all for the animals. Nicest person, you know, does everything for everyone, and she's just simply exposing the truth, the reality of what takes place in this industry. So, Mel and Steve, thank you guys for putting this together. So valuable, so important, and it's time to ride the wave, people. Get on your phones, get out there. There's a slaughterhouse near you. Take some time, get out there, go with somebody and film it. Put some pressure on this industry. These disgusting places need to be shut down immediately. They're disgusting. Nobody should be working in these places. They need to be shut down. Cancerous, mother cows getting shot in the face. I don't know how you can live with yourself. Sorry, I just kind of gave it to an employee a little bit. Now, of course, I'm going to have a little bit of empathy for the employees. However, I don't think these places should be open or allowed to exploit them either. And then I also think too is like, you know, a lot of them can figure a way out, especially in a place like Toronto. I feel like there's other places you can go to, other places you can work. And one note too, I'm not sure if I mentioned this place. So so we have Save Movement that comes here and does Slaughterhouse vigils, and so they know the owner of this place, and they wanted to introduce me to the owner because for whatever reason, because of my background, because I'm an ex-inspector. And so when he met me, the first thing he said to me, he said, "My dad died when I was 19." And I thought that was really weird, a really weird share. Like, why would you share that with me? But in hindsight, like, I reflect back, like, it's because I was an authority figure in these places. Inspectors get, like, when I walked into these places, they'd ask me if I want food. They'd ask me, one guy offered me tickets to his nightclub and was always offering me food. And as an inspector, you're not supposed to take these things. And I always stuck to those rules. But I can imagine where someone else would be enticed, right? But yeah, it was really strange that he said his dad had died. And I think maybe in some way he was trying to use that as an excuse to carry on this industry. And he's in really bad health. And I thought, well, maybe I'll bring him a letter. We're trying to maybe possibly get this place to turn into like a gym, a gymnasium, offer them a way out where if he's so worried about employees or people losing jobs, why don't we turn it into a health facility or something like that? You know, maybe offer these slaughterhouse options. I don't know. It's just a thought. But yeah. So again, we're out at this disgusting place called St. Helens Meat Packers Limited. And so across the street actually used to be another slaughterhouse. Used to be called Riding Regency, but they apparently failed a lot of tests. So a lot of E. coli, people were getting sick, and ultimately they had to shut down. If you go on my Instagram, or actually Jamie Logan's Instagram, you'll see that a few of us actually went inside that place. Jenny McQueen also did a live stream there. And the guy actually, I think I was wearing the same t-shirt. He actually got physical with me. And I was really worried about, because I had Jamie's camera, and he chucked me out the door. And what I noticed about him is he had huge forearms. So obviously he's probably hung chickens or hung animals in some sense, because you notice these workers have massive forearms. Anyways, just going off on a tangent. So I'm gonna walk down here now towards where Jenny is. I'd imagine there's probably gonna be a slaughterhouse truck coming soon. They usually come in pairs, so maybe because we are here, the employees gave them a heads up to say, oh, the activists are here. I mean, because there's so much to hide, right? If you guys have any questions for me, I'm an ex-slaughterhouse inspector. Feel free to ask. I'm an open book. I think transparency is key. Yeah, and I hate my past, but I want to be used as a model to show that, hey, people can change, and especially if someone coming from my background who used to love steak and burgers and even worked in these fucking hellholes can change. Anybody can actually change. And you can be a hunter, you can be a farmer, you can be a slaughterhouse employee, and all these people have changed. There is a way to do that. And if you reach out to me, you reach out to Mel and Steve, you reach out to anybody here in this chat, we're gonna help you get there. So maybe it's time to start thinking about an exit plan. Even sanctuaries, or sorry, farms can turn into sanctuaries. People have money, they wanna give. They want to give to these places. And you notice how these drivers, they drive a little bit more aggressive. They act a little bit more aggressive. You can see the tone. When we first walked up and I had my shirt covered, they didn't really notice us. You know, everything seemed kind of quieted down. Now that we're here, everything's kind of, you know, drivers are driving fast, and you just feel the aggression, right? And it's no wonder there's violence taking place, right? So if there's violence happening there, it's becoming normalized, right? And so, like, if you don't know as well, like, in communities surrounding slaughterhouses, violent crime rates go up, they skyrocket. Obviously, as well as mental health issues, drug addiction, stuff like that. Man, is it possible to turn my life around at 27? Dude, I turned, I guess, plant-based when I was 35-ish. So, yeah, it's absolutely possible. 27 that's still, like, I look at it, 27 as a baby. You have so much time to change, reinvent yourself, and you can do that just right now, today even. What I would recommend, though, Arnold, if you're not vegan, you need to go vegan. There's absolutely no reason for you to consume animals, to view animals as products, as commodities, stuff like that. You need to go vegan today. And guess what, Arnold? You know what else you can do? You can speak out. There's no better cause, no more noble cause than something that's outside human centricism, which is for the animals. I have incredible conversations every day, like Jake has incredible conversations, like Martin, like all these guys, Neil, we all have great conversations with people every single day, and they're real conversations. They're not some structured corporate world conversations. We're having real conversations about change. And I don't think the world changes until we remove that violence from our plate. Challenge22.com, Arnold, we can help you out. We can get you there. It's easier than you could ever imagine. You just put, it's a simple perspective change. Replace yourself in the victim's position. Like, think about yourself in that position, and the why is the reason. The how is just very simple. So, sorry, I'm stuttering over my words. It really smells here, and you just feel the intensity. And the longer you stay here, the more you feel it. It's like adrenaline. It's anxiety. And then you just see, like, employees piling up and kind of staring at you, taking pictures of you. It's really awful. So my friend Jenny McQueen is on Instagram. She couldn't get her live going because there's a 24-hour thing. I guess maybe if you haven't been on YouTube for some time, maybe they require a 24-hour kind of look at your account type thing. So what I would recommend, if you want to follow Jenny, if you want to go check her out right now, she's live right in front of the slaughterhouse as well. And we're just waiting for a truck so we can get a chance to bear witness and show you who we're defending here and fighting for. Yeah, and Jake, you're doing a great job getting out there in the streets, speaking to people. This is what we need. Arnold, yes, check out Challenge 22. It's needed. This needs to be done today. This has to happen. This is the tidal wave of change that we need. We need people with their phones. We need people to get out on the streets, get comfortable. Look, I'm definitely not a social media person. I've never wanted to be on social media. In fact, I purposefully took myself out of the realm of any media. So for years, I just didn't watch anything. I didn't even know about the news. But now that I've learned that this is a tool, yeah, that's right, Jake. Now that I learned this is a tool for good, and that we can make change, it's an obligation at this point. Yeah, so I think there's a few employees or maybe people walking by. How you doing, guys? Can I give you a card? Give you some information? Thank you. Great documentaries on there. Yeah, so I always have a card. I call them the Jenny McQueen cards. Give them out to the public. It's stacked with resources, and people go on. They go check it out. So if you have one of these cards, you can put Challenge 22 on. You can put the all the documentaries. And if you need a hand, just reach out to me, reach out to Jenny. That chip guy, he has cool cards that he gives out to the public as well. You can even attach your My Stats to it. So if you know anything about We the Free, we collect data. We collect their stats. So when we give out a card, we have a code that goes to our website, and we're able to then see if we're being effective. So if you need any information about that, as well as get involved with, say, something like We the Free, go to activism.wtf. We're in 170 places all over the world. We did our worldwide launch in October 2021, so we've just been expanding. So I encourage you to get active, get out there. Also, as well as using the phone. This is the easiest barrier to entry. You don't even have to show your face. You could just have your camera turned around and just narrate. You know what I mean? As the idea is putting pressure on these places, right? The idea is showing the public, or showing these places that we're here, and maybe getting conversations started. Like, you know, as an inspector, when I used to work in these places, I never knew about activism. I never knew about veganism. I wish I would have seen somebody with a sign. I at least would have been a little bit curious. I would have at least been like, wait, what's going on here? Wait, you can be different. You can change. You don't have to eat animals. What? Yeah, it's a shocker, isn't it? So we're just about 26 minutes in. So again, everyone, maybe smash that like button. If you want to subscribe, feel free to do so. I hope to do more of these. I'm working on some video edits of some street outreach that I've done, and some other things. So stay tuned. Hopefully I have some time to get these things published. I do more like street outreach and like organizing events. I don't necessarily like to be on the camera, but it's a necessity at this point. And you know, Mel and Steve, I looked at their stats. Over 2 streams, they had 100,000 views. Where are you gonna get that? You're not gonna get that anywhere. For 2 streams, 100,000 views. Chip, I saw one, he had, I think it was 45,000, and he's getting thousands, and he's getting out there every day. So we can definitely make a huge impact. Spark these conversations, plant the seeds. You know, there's an idea that, you know, someone hears something 7 times, they're more likely to make change. So we can do this. We have the power to do it. It's right here on this phone. You know, it's just so simple. So if you guys have any questions for me, I am a former slaughterhouse inspector. I've seen it all. I used to work in an investigations unit. So what that means is I was reviewing all the non-compliances, they called them, coming into the animal health office here in Canada. And so I would see pictures and videos and inspectors' notes describing some of the things they saw. So one example is there was pigs that were branded, not just once, but dozens of times, and it was multiple pigs. So this farmer just decided that he wanted to go off on these poor pigs and brand them. And you know, there was one case where, well, multiple cases where there was sexual exploitation. Somebody had reported somebody that was doing some things to animals. There's oftentimes, like you guys are going to hear things that you probably haven't heard before. So there's some sort of idea of submission for pigs. And if you don't want to hear this, I recommend you just tune out for a few minutes. Or maybe just a minute. I won't carry on too long with it, but they'll hang a pig by the neck near the pen of pigs as a submission, as so the pigs will listen when they're asked to move to different pens. It's horrifying. Farmers also, like, there's a few of them, like more than a few. So this is like psychopaths. Some psychopaths become farmers, or they work in slaughterhouses. And you can tell who's the psychopath. They're the one who's like literally smiling on the kill floor with their big smile and their big fucking machete. It's disgusting. Some farmers, they just enjoy killing so much that if you go to their farm, you'll find buried corpses. All like, there was one guy who had all these buried corpses all over his body, all over his farm. Sorry, in trash bins, and like, even if you were to drive around, probably where you live, even if you're near a farm and you see dumpsters, there's probably animals in those dumpsters. A rendering truck will come and pick them up, and that was their fucking life, you know? It's insane. It's absolutely insane. But let's put a positive spin. The other day I talked to somebody who wasn't sure. He wasn't he didn't know what veganism was, and he was told all these things, and we walked through it. We talked through it, and yeah, he committed that he doesn't want to be a part of it anymore. He said he lives at home. He doesn't make his meals, but he said after we spoke that he was going vegan. He said he just can't stand what he's learned, and he can't stand what he's seen. And here we go. I think there's a truck here. Truck! All right, I'm gonna try to get to this truck. I hope the stream stays, but yeah, we'll try. We'll see what happens here, guys. So this is St. Helens Slaughterhouse in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. They kill roughly 500 cows a day. They're mothers. Some of them are still pregnant. You can see them in the truck here. This guy decides to stay far away off the road. And you can see the whole truck is covered in shit. It's pretty obvious as to why. And this driver's driving pretty fast. Look at these poor victims. Shame on this. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't even get close because there's feces everywhere. How gross that is. On their legs. Terrifying. Horrific. And as you can see, the truck driver maneuvers around because they don't want us seeing this. They don't want us sharing this with the public because deep down they know it's wrong. Like, look at those eyes. Shameful what we do here. And this guy's just trying to avoid us by going fast, making them move around in such a way. Sorry? Getting trolled by people. Sometimes it's with the course. It kind of goes with the course. So this is Jenny McQueen.
David, a 40-year-old vegan who's live streaming on Now and Steve's live stream. And we're both in Toronto at Cow Slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
And it's just so devastating when we witness the cows arriving. We see them flailing around inside. We know they're individuals who feel pain just like any of us.
It's so terrible.
It's awful.
I can't, like, you just see it in their eyes. They just don't know what's going on. They're afraid. They're scared.
Yeah.
And you can tell by the feces all over the truck, right?
Oh, horrible, horrible, horrible.
It's absolutely
terrible. If
terrible.
people only knew, if we could get more public down here just to witness this.
Yeah.
You know, they feel ill just from the smell. I mean, the smell right now. And
Yeah.
these are from beautiful sentient beings.
Yeah, they're little baby mothers.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't even know if they would be at the age where they should be mothers. I mean, they're impregnated at 18 months. They'll get slaughtered at what, 2.5 to 5 years, 6 years, something like that. I think the world's longest living cow lived up to 46, I think.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's wild. So sorry, I'm just looking around because
Yeah.
sometimes drivers can be pretty aggressive. So I'm kind of looking at two screens here. Felix is here from Montreal.
Okay, hi Felix.
And yeah, so guys, these are weapons that we have at our disposal, which I would say are telephones. We
Yes.
can show the public via our telephones, but also you can get out there and do it as well. And you don't necessarily have to show your face. You just can come and just show what's happening and make people feel uncomfortable, or show the public what's happening. I mean, it's very
Yeah,
simple.
Exactly.
I'm not like the biggest person wanting to be on
Yeah. Yeah, no.
on screen.
I never used to be on screen. I mean, then you hear that actually people like to see your face, so I will sometimes unwillingly turn around to the camera and like, oh, okay, here I am. And then, but you know, the other thing you can do is if you do go with someone, even members of the public, you can kind of interview them on your, you know, as you're going live. And then that takes the pressure off you to actually speak too much.
Yeah.
Or you can just, you know, film, like here we've got a security guy standing right next to us. You could put the camera on him. There's various ways of taking the pressure off yourself. You just kind of, you walk along, and even, you know, one thing that always strikes me at a slaughterhouse is you've got all this beauty around you. You've got flowers, you've got birds free, like flying around. It's just such a cognitive, like assault, isn't it?
It really is. Especially just the smell, the feeling
Yes.
of what it's like being here too. Like,
Yes.
I was saying earlier that I think it's because it's so violent. It transcends. It pushes it out, right? And I think that just it's kind of par for the course, I guess you could say, is why it is like this. And you can see they purposely move trucks around us. It's all intimidation factors here. Like this guy driving behind us. You know, they're trying to push us out.
Yeah.
And why is that? Because deep down, I don't care who you are. You know it's wrong. You know there's something wrong with what's going on.
And the really, really frustrating thing that is so infuriating is that we don't even need to eat these animals. Any nutritional aspects, we get all the nutrition we need from the plant kingdom.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the really frustrating thing. So this truck is offloaded now and is leaving.
And this guy here is going to pull up
Yeah, so we might get to see the cows again. See,
maybe on the other side.
oh, that's fine.
So there's mother cows on here. It just seems like total intimidation factors all around. I don't know what this guy's doing. He's backing up. As you can see, the truck's covered in feces, filth, disgusting. It's absolutely wrong. That's right, Haystack. Absolutely. Now you can see the trucks kind of shaking around because there's mothers inside of there. You can see them looking out. And now he just stops on a whim because of the traffic, and they're all scattered around. They're sliding around their shit, their feces, you know?
Can you move back, Mr.
Yeah. I can move back when this industry's over. All for what? For money, for profits. It's unnecessary. And you have people kind of like staring at us, looking around from different spots. Like you have employees sitting there, one here. This guy's coming out to give his 2 cents probably. You know, everyone's got their say. And of course, you know, this guy's always got something to say. Yeah. So again, we're at St. Helens Slaughterhouse, Death House in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. You can see there's seagulls flying around. So there's so many seagulls. You'll see body parts actually on the road on one of the main streets in front of supermarkets and stuff like that. And these guys are just, you know, standing here. I don't know what they want, you know. Maybe they want to know what's going on. This guy's, I don't know if he's playing games or what's going on. But anyways, yeah. I'm not on private property. This is, if you didn't know, like, Morgan, if you didn't know, sidewalk is not private property. Are you suggesting, Morgan, that we don't access our fundamental rights and freedoms in Canada, or that there shouldn't be a constitution in the United States, or that we shouldn't have expressive rights, we shouldn't be allowed to protest? Is that what you're saying? I'm just kind of curious. Comment on my what? Am I there starting shit, Justin? What kind of shit? I'm an ex-Slaughterhouse inspector. I'm exposing what's taking place in this fucking hell. If you don't like it, too bad for you. You can move on. Or, guess what, dude? You can stop abusing animals and standing up for animal torture and abuse. How about that? There's an idea. You know, it's funny. These people talk about property and all this stuff. They're the ones that are the ones who are torturing the animals. Like, I guarantee you, Morgan is a animal torturer, a farmer. Guy probably abuses his animals every single day for fun. Yeah. Good. Stay off their property. Yeah. Why do you think these hellholes should be around? Do you think pandemics are good? Because clearly you could care less about the animals, right, Morgan? You could care less about the animals. Doubtful. You're doubtful. Okay. Yeah, because I would just, you know, make that up when literally almost every day when you go down these streets, you see fucking body parts. It's clearly you don't know that much about the industry, dude. Yes. So, again, we are at Hellhole St. Helens in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, exposing this place. Yeah, exactly. Kitty, you love eating mother cows? You know they're often pregnant when they're sent into these places. Did you know that? All right. Kind of just backed out of that area for a second. So you can see this truck here, it's a death truck. There's feces all over it. And who knows where it came from? It could have came from halfway across the country. They could have been traveling for 30 plus hours. Who knows, right? Well, they are mother cows. What else would they be, Morgan? Do you not work? Like, I thought you maybe worked in this industry, but maybe you don't. Quite literally, pregnant cows are going into this place, and this guy's talking shit. Tim Miller, no, I don't need to watch you eat innocent animals. Seems like you're pretty triggered though, bro. Why is that? And why do you gotta call them beef? Why can't you call them who they are? Maybe that says a lot about you, right? No, actually, it looks the pig trailers and the cow trailers look pretty much the same. These two are for the cows. They came out of this slaughterhouse here. It's called St. Helens Slaughterhouse. Cows are always mothers. Heifers are our females, and have not. Bro, I don't know. Like, you sound like a farmer, actually. So maybe, yeah, you sound like a farmer. Because farmers usually just try to like explain things. Like, this is what this is, and it's like, I didn't ask, and it's like, I don't really care. Like, I already know how it works. I've been on more farms than 99% of farmers, so. Yeah, so, wow, we got a lot of people watching. So I'm at St. Helens Slaughterhouse in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I'm an ex-slaughterhouse inspector. I worked for the Canadian Food Inspection Agency for over 15 years. I saw things that you guys, nobody would believe. From chickens' heads frozen to crates, to pigs frozen to death, to, you know, what are they, 42-week-old chickens dying of heat stroke. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty normal, standard practice. I documented, I think, hundreds, if not more, cases of non-compliance within the confines of the law. And I went to court just twice. And the second time, they finally decided that they were going to fine these companies for a certain amount of dead animals. Not a single dead animal, but a certain amount. So, for example, for hens, I think then it was 2% or 2.5%. And I think for chicken, I think it was 1%. So if it's, you know, 10,000 hens coming in, you'd need 500 of them just to even start an investigation. And then from there, they would maybe get a $1,000 fine. Can you imagine Maple Leaf getting a $1,000 fine? What is that? That's nothing. So if you haven't liked or subscribed, please like and subscribe. I don't kitty cat, like, I don't want to eat baby birds. Like, they're 42 days old. They're full of parasites, pathogens like E. coli, Salmonella, Listeria, Campylobacter. I contracted Campylobacter. Many workers, I think 90% of them probably contract a pathogen. So why would I want to contract that? Why do I want avian influenza? Why do I want to eat chemicals or antibiotics? You know, I don't want antibiotic resistance. Have you ever been to a zoonotic disease outbreak? I have. They killed thousands of chickens. It's disgusting, absolutely terrible. And those poor baby birds are suffocating in these ammonia-filled sheds. They call them barns, right? But they're actually sheds, and they're disgusting. They do taste. Yeah, if you enjoy. Kitty, if you like eating parasites or cellulitis or tumors, you know, like when you bite into the chicken and there's that little spongy thing? Yeah, that's a tumor that you're eating into. So yummy for you, right? Circle of life. No, it's the circle of torture and death. So what if it's been around, Samuel? We can change. We evolve. What do you think we've done for thousands of years? We've evolved, right? Do you think this truck here is part of evolution? A slaughterhouse truck that's full of feces and fear? Come on, Samuel. You can be better than that. I believe in you, Samuel. Challenge 22, or go watch Dominion the movie and see for yourself. See what standard industry practice is like in these hellholes. Absolutely disgusting. You would not believe how disgusting they are. The smell here, the stench here alone And this is quite literally in a fucking residential neighborhood. Yummy. I can only imagine what the water is like in these places, you know. Deadly woke. Yes, deadly woke. I encourage you, Bastion, to go work in a slaughterhouse and see the shit that I have. And then maybe you'd probably be doing the exact same thing I am right now. You know, PTSD, drug, alcohol addiction, these are very common things from slaughterhouse workers, right? And also violent crimes, like increased violent crime. It's yeah, exactly, Kitty. Make Canada good, not great again. You can make it good by taking these death trucks outside of them. We don't need them. We don't need to eat animals to live, to survive, thrive. In fact, I would argue that it's absolutely, you're risking your own health. I mean, parasites, pathogens, disease, all these things for what? Yeah, exactly. Fuck meat. It's disgusting. Donald Trump? What does Trump have to do with what your choices are? Why don't you make an individual decision, Kitty? You know, they eat cats in some places, right? They burn cats alive. Are you okay with that, Kitty? Do you think that's okay? Death truck, exactly. Truck of death. Disgusting, disgusting. This is like the Holocaust, but today, right? This is what they put poor innocent animals on for their first day outside to smell air. They're put onto one of these things and then they're eliminated, shot in the fucking face for a 5-minute meal pleasure. It's absolutely disgusting, terrifying. Can you imagine being that victim? Awful. Yeah. How you doing, man? Giving out some information here. Some great documentaries on there. Check them out. Yeah. So what I was doing there is giving out a card. I call them the Jenny McQueen cards. And it's got some great information on them. I encourage everyone to get a card. I encourage everyone to start getting active. We have a phone here. We can show the world what's taking place at these disgusting holes. I wish there was an app that you could actually smell these places, because they smell fucking terrible. Unbelievable. Disgusting. This guy and I had a not such a great relationship. Oh, that's cute, Mike. I don't know why you want to tell me. So are you eating your dog or cat? Is that what you're talking about? 200 in the room. Smash like, subscribe, do all the things, you know, share with your friends. I plan on doing more of these. It seems like it's coming back in popularity, and I want to thank Mel and Steve for putting this together. So 6 slaughterhouses across the world. Some activists got active today to show the world that we don't need to have these places, and we're going to put a spotlight on them. They should be transparent. They should actually allow people to walk in the doors and see what takes place. Yeah. Vegan juicy, exactly. Vegan juicy steak. I mean, there's alternatives, right? But it's you know what it is? It's this weak simp beta NPC drone mindset. Like, they can't even come up with something creative. They can't go against the grain, right? They're just following. They have to follow this I don't know what it is, this some sort of wannabe macho type thing. It's not. You're not a hero if you eat animals. Eating 42-day-old babies, most of the animals you eat that are killed in the world are 42 days old. You're eating babies, people. You're eating fucking babies. And that's a flex? You're a man if you eat babies? Yeah, no, that's fucked up, dude. Sorry for the language, but that is messed up. Yeah, exactly. Less than 1% of their life. And what, for a meal? Like, imagine if I derive pleasure from kicking an animal. Kicking a dog, say. I derive sound pleasure, and I just did it because everyone else was doing it. Like, you would call me crazy. You'd ask me to seek therapy. You probably stop me. But yet you're putting babies into gas chambers. You're getting mother cows shot in the face. You're getting chickens to get electrified, their heads electrified. And you think that's not crazy? We've been sold a lie, people. It's time to wake up, get with the times, and stop abusing animals. I mean, it's a pretty basic principle. We learn as a kid usually, and then for some reason we stop doing that. Yeah. And Morgan's just triggered probably because he's taken lives and he doesn't want to take accountability for his actions. And Kitty's never been in a slaughterhouse, so how the hell would you know? I mean, yeah. Ramal, you still following me around, aren't you, buddy? You'll stop. Wait, so you're a God person, Jose? Jose, tell me something. If you believe in God, what about the do unto others principle? Tell me about that. Do you believe in the do unto others principle? Exactly, Felix. Spot on. Spot on. So, if for anybody joining, I'm at St. Helens. They call it meat packers because they have to say meat. Because they don't want to say body packers or carcass packers because that just sounds weird, right? Yeah, so Kitty, when you order that Chick-fil-A, guess what? The skin, when it's a little bit brown and you bite into it, you're biting into dermatitis. Have fun with that. You're biting into diseased skin. Enjoy. Yeah. Yeah. Would Jesus subscribe to slaughterhouses today? Would he be working in them? Or would he replace like the marginalized workers that are used and exploited in these places as well? Also, would Jesus be happy for PTSD and drug alcohol addiction and increases in violent crime rates? I thought religion was about a do unto others principle, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Jose, maybe you enjoy people, humans even suffering for your little taste pleasure. Yeah, to me that sounds more like the devil than anything if I believed in that shit, but no. Doesn't know anything about nutrition. Yeah, if you want to follow nutrition, go to that Chip guy, he's a nutritionist, or you can go to Challenge 22. We have free dietitians there. Challenge22.com will give you all the nutritional advice you need. 11 years vegan. I'm huge. Look at me. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not that big, but I'm pretty healthy otherwise. You can be healthy on a plant-based diet, or you cannot be healthy on a plant-based diet. But these guys make these weird claims, right? So you'll notice, people, that anybody who makes a claim about a vegan and their health, they don't even know a single vegan. They can't tag one. They can't name one. They don't even know one. And yet they're talking about us like they know us. It's the weirdest thing, you know. It's called cognitive dissonance. So this, people, is a death truck. This goes to a pig farm, picks up baby pigs, 6 months old, drives them to a slaughterhouse. Actually, this one's for cows, but it's pretty similar. And puts them into fucking gas chambers. If you can imagine lighting a lighter on your skin, imagine that, lighting your skin on fire, that's how it feels for them. And they scream for their lives, and people eat them. Yeah, bacon, yeah. So they eat something that's gonna cause them cancer. They feed that to their children. Class A carcinogen, like cigarette smoking, like ammonia. Imagine if people just started handing around cigarettes to their children. Disgusting. Yeah. Anyways, I'm on a bit of a rant here, but I think you guys get my point. 11 years vegan, almost 12 years. Jenny, over 33 years vegan. Her husband, 35 years vegan. Like, give me a freaking break. And if you don't know who Jenny is, I'll show you. That's Jenny, and she's doing great work for the animals all the time. In fact, Jenny's been arrested. Guy's coming in hot. 26 times for the animals. Why? Because she knows what's going on is an atrocity. It's disgusting. And so the reason we're doing today's live streams is to show people that it's simple just to get out on your phone, go to one of these locations, and show the world what's taking place with our food system. We do not need to consume animals. These animals are going to get shot in the face. And you saw me bearing witness earlier. Those poor mother cows, they're dead now. They're gone. Their entire existence for someone so they can pretend that they're a baby cow and drink their fucking milk or put their skin on their feet. Like, think about it. It's fucked up. So happy, like I appreciate that you are slowly moving in that direction. But in my mind, if you're against injustice, you got to do it right now. There's no time like the present today and committing yourself to not exploiting, commodifying, and abusing or having them abused for you. I mean, like, you wouldn't stand for that in any other situation. If that was your family member, if that was your companion animal in the slaughterhouse, you'd be like, no freaking way, no chance, right? You would just say, no, I cannot fathom that. I cannot stand the idea of that. So no, it's time to move away today. Make that commitment. Challenge22.com. They have dietitians. They're free. The whole website's free. I mean, it's simple. It's pretty easy. No, I don't eat body parts, David Corsa. In fact, I don't want Campylobacter. I don't want E. coli. I don't want antibiotic resistance. I don't like the idea of eating a dead carcass sprayed with chemicals. You know, if you left that carcass out long enough, it's going to turn green. If it's not frozen, you know, it's kind of disgusting, dude. Also, antibiotic resistance. Maybe I already mentioned that. Sorry, I'm just looking at a truck that's got... Oh, it's the truck that comes and takes the body parts. Maybe we'll get a close-up of that so you guys can see what comes out of these places. Oh, no, he's not going to stop there now. They try to avoid us as much as possible. I guess blunt trauma was being a bit of a jerk. That's okay. Thank you, Martin. You keep the chat the way you want, brother. I trust your judgment. Animals used for meat, not for... What the hell are you talking about? What do you think goes into the animals, Morgan? The most antibiotics, the most drugs, the most supplements are given to the animals you eat. They eat more soy than vegans do, believe it or not. Like, bro, it seems like you got a lot to learn. So again, I'm out at St. Helens Slaughterhouse in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. We had as much as over 200 people in the live, which has been great. I'm absolutely thrilled that we can get some numbers up. I want to expose places like this. I'm an ex-slaughterhouse inspector. I used to work for the Canadian government, and I want to shut these places down. They're hellholes, they're nightmares for animals, and that's the reason I'm doing it. Also, as a side note, I don't want pandemics running around. I think the public's less healthy. If you look at things called food poisoning, aka pathogens, you'll see millions contract that a year. Also, avian influenza in cows' milk, even avian influenza is spreading around. I have family. I don't want them to have to worry about a pandemic or something like that. But that's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it for the animals, here for the animals, fighting for the animals, and only a fool would decide that it's okay to eat a baby and not evolve and change and think about the consequences of their actions. So also, as well, these animals are babies. They are little babies. 42 days old for chickens. Hens will be exploited up to 2 years, maybe less. We've genetically engineered all these animals. All the animals you eat have been genetically engineered to produce as much as possible. So like hens, for example, they're not the guinea fowl of the early 1900s. That would produce maybe 12 to 15 eggs a year. No, they produce 300 eggs per year, which causes like horrible conditions for them, leaching iron, calcium. They suffer prolapses. If you ever seen these poor beings, I mean, there's foot diseases. I mean, the list goes on. They live a miserable life. The best thing you can do if you have backyard hens or whatever is feed the eggs back to them, get an implant for them, even though those are really expensive, and just don't pay for it to happen. These breeders will often try to just pawn them off and sell them and make themselves not have to do the process of either killing them or figuring out a different spot for them because they're not producing as much. So then they'll go to these backyarders and pawn them off on them, and then these backyarders, they'll not know what to do. Like most people who have backyard animals, or what do they call them? Their little farms. They don't know. They don't know about the animal's health. They don't know that a lot of these animals are like probably suffering because they're not vets. They're not well versed in what's happening. They just think, oh, animal on my farm, oh, chickens, they don't show any, signs of this or that. I mean, people don't know. People really don't know how to take care of them. Good point, Nick. Two wrongs make a right, right? Can you back? Yeah, I'm traveling too. I'm an CFIA, Canadian Food Inspection Agency, Slaughterhouse inspector. So I worked in investigations. I've done pretty much all the jobs within the Canadian government when it comes to our food safety program, along with the Health of Animals Act. So yeah, that's what I'm backing up. Do you want me to provide more? Like I don't know what more to provide you. I worked in investigation units and stuff like that. I worked in avian influenza outbreak. I worked in animal health. I worked in fish inspection. I worked in imports and exports. I worked in animal transportation. I've worked in it all. So, what are you talking about, Dave? I've been to every country. Well, I've been to a lot of different countries. Oh, we got a truck. So, Dave, these claims, right? Where are you from, Dave? So we're at St. Helens House in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, where they kill 500 cows here. They kill lambs as well every single day. And we're here to expose what takes place. These drivers are triggered because there's trucks in the way. Driving around like it doesn't matter. He's just driving around for no reason. like a maniac because he's triggered. I don't know why he's so triggered by us just showing what's happening here. And there's a cow that's down, I think. Yeah, there's cows down. Maybe that's why there's a down cow. Oh no, Barry, I won't ever stop doing it, buddy. Show the truth. Why are you so scared? What's wrong with showing the truth? The truth of what takes place in our food system, right here. Look at all the feces. Look at the down cow. You know? Look at the drips coming from their udders because they're still pregnant. See? Still milk coming out, right? And this guy just keeps driving back and forth because he's triggered. What is this? Seems like he just doesn't know how to drive, and if he doesn't know how to drive, then why is he on the streets? Because he's in a hurry. I'm on public property, buddy. You don't want to share the truth? You don't want people to know the truth? Why not? If you're so proud of this system. The reality, people. Stop doing this. This doesn't need to happen. Sending pregnant cows to slaughter. The guy says, oh, they're not pregnant. Well, I just literally milk's coming out of them. They don't have to be equal. I'm not equal. We're not equal. Does that mean I should hurt you? What are you afraid of? Scared? People are triggered, man. Gee, I wonder why. So that's what happens. They go into that hellhole, that nightmare, and they're going to be executed, shot in the face. After being pregnant, some of them are still pregnant. You saw the milk, you saw the down cow. That's supposed to be illegal, and nothing's going to happen about it. Why? Because no one's going to report it. I guarantee you that truck right there, no one is going to report that. The employee's not going to report it. The inspector's not going to hear about it, and nothing, even if the inspector did hear about it, there's going to be a certain allowable amount. So this is exactly what takes place in Canada. Some people want to say it doesn't happen anywhere else. In order to have trading partners, they have to have the same standards. And so, of course, that's going to take place. They're going to have to adhere to the standards of said country. So we can make up stuff like some of the people in the chat. And no, we weren't trespassing. We're literally outside on the sidewalk. So we can make up these lies or we can make up these things. But the reality is your cognitive dissonance is showing when you're complaining about these things. And this truck is moving too, Jen.
Okay. There's actually someone approaching now.
Yeah. So
the driver is really pleased with himself. And yet, within the truck there was a down cow, and it was difficult to see, but I could see like a really full of milk. And like, how the hell are they going to get her out? If she's still alive, are they going to prod her with electric prods? Are they going to like drag her out with a mechanical system?
guy is truly a psychopath. He always gives us a hard time. At this point, I think he's just driving around for fun. Maybe trying to trigger us. I don't know. But you can see the feces on the truck. Who knows where the cows came from? Some come as far as Alberta, Ontario. Alberta, Canada. From Ontario. So that's over 30 hours. Over 30 hours. Thanks, Chris, for being here. So, it's Jenny McQueen. We're trying to figure out a way how we can swap live streams so we can share our experiences and what we're doing here. So behind me is a former slaughterhouse. Maybe Chris has been there. It used to be called Regency or something like that. And so in that slaughterhouse, if you go to Jenny McQueen's Instagram, or if you go to Jamie Logan's page, you'll see that we actually went in and exposed that place. Looks like they're selling it. I think they're trying to probably continue slaughter because the line and all that was all cleaned up. So hopefully we can try and get enough attention out here that they don't open another murder factory on this disgusting, disgusting road. Okay, so you've been to Fearman Slaughterhouse. That's another one. Imagine the name, Fearman Slaughterhouse in Burlington, Ontario on Harvester Road. How disgusting is that? We were there yesterday, Chris, with the Save Movement. Some documentarian came from from Australia, and so he wants to expose what's happening here. Yeah, it's 10,000 baby pigs are brought there every day, put into gas chambers. You can hear them literally screaming from the street. That's where Regan Russell was killed. And so that case is ongoing. If you go to my last stream, I had a long conversation with Mark, and he went into detail about some new experiences and new situations that's happening with his case. So if you're interested in that, keep an eye out because there's more details coming out. The Toronto Star exposed that the driver had called 911, and this 911 call wasn't presented in court. So you can actually hear the conversation. I can't believe the receptionist or whoever it was, she did tell him just to stay put and not move. And I cannot believe that she did not come out and tell the world what she experienced after all this time, especially after someone was killed. Really crazy stuff. So I'm just gonna walk back and grab my bag. I don't necessarily trust some people around these parts. Hopefully the live stream's doing well and I'm not cutting out or anything like that. So my name's David. I'm a former slaughterhouse inspector. I worked for the Canadian Food Inspection Agency for 15 years. And I've seen things that a lot of people never will. I worked in investigations, our food system. Great, Chris, that's good to know. And I'm just sharing my story now. I'm trying to get people to wake up and see that they don't have to eat animals, view animals as product, look at them that way. 11 years vegan. If not anything, I've seen health benefits because of it, and it's no surprise. If you did the amount of testing that I did, like bringing ground flesh to labs and having them fail and allowing them to retest and stuff like that, there used to be thousands of inspectors. Now there's just maybe a fraction of that. Like in Canada, for example, I think at one point we had 50,000 or something, maybe not 50, maybe 30,000 inspectors. and now there's just, I think there's less than 1,000 maybe. And line speeds have gone up, and certain diseases, well, it's questionable if it's a disease, if it could hurt human health. They also, in my time too, allowed for carcasses, which is body parts of animals that had shit on them, feces, to be washed and put back into the food system. That was like in 2003. There was like a number of inspectors who tried to fight against that, and obviously that didn't go anywhere. And I believe, I'm pretty sure there was a spike in people getting pathogens like Salmonella, E. coli, Campylobacter. So, I mean, if you look up the rates of pathogens, you know, people are truly getting sick from these animal products. It's not why I'm vegan. I think it's just one of the microcosms of what takes place. If we consume their flesh, we're gonna get payback somehow. Whether it's through a pandemic, whether it's through our own health, it just makes sense. Yeah. So, if you have any questions for me, I'm more than willing to answer. This is an international event, along with Mel and Steve. If you don't know who they are, please go check them out on Instagram and on YouTube. They are absolutely smashing it. They had over 100,000 views over a course of a couple streams. And our goal is to encourage everybody who has a phone, which is all of you right now, to get out there, go to your local slaughterhouse and film it. Maybe bring someone, stay safe, and expose these places. They need to be shut down. They need to be shut down a long time ago. They're disgusting. Dave Harvey continues to say we don't have evidence. I don't know what he's asking about specifically. If it's health claims, you can go to Challenge 22. Dave, go talk to the dietitians there. I think I would trust them more than I would trust anybody else. So maybe they can explain a few things to you. Yeah, we also have been doing a lot of bad things for thousands of years. Like, we used to drink dirty water for thousands of years. Morgan, do you think we should continue that? Like, come on, man. We evolve. You're just being lazy and apathetic. Why are you being lazy and apathetic? You know, there's a life on the line every time you eat that individual. A single individual that didn't want to go through that experience, that didn't want to get shot in the face, that didn't want to have their body violated, that didn't want to go through that experience. And you sit there and play God because what, you were bullied as a kid or something, or maybe you didn't get the girlfriend or something like that. Like, are you upset about something? Is that why you're bullying animals? Like, come on, you can be better than that. You can grow up. You can in fact, you know, a lot of people that are trolls do go vegan, and then they're like, oh, I was a bad troll, I shouldn't have done that. But at least they're admitting it and they change. You know, you could be a hero for the animals. Instead, you're being like a drone, a bot, you know, a simp. Like, you know, you think you're tough or something. Oh, I'm eating a 42-day-old baby. Oh my gosh. Wow, how manly. Like, give me a break. Absolutely is murdering. You have choices, right? And the choice you have is to take the lights out of somebody or not. You can go to the grocery store and get something else. They are individuals. They're not. Thank God Almighty, I live in Texas. Yeah, we have plenty of vegans in Texas. We have plenty of restaurants in Texas. Actually, in fact, we have Rowdy Girl Sanctuary. She used to be a rancher, and now she's vegan, and she's helping a number of ranchers transition. You can live in the Stone Age, Morgan, all you want, but, buddy, dude, that's just it. You're avoiding accountability, responsibility. That's a terrible choice, man. Terrible. I'm gonna go talk to my friend Jenny now and see how she's doing. This is wild. Everybody gets kind of like freaked out around here. People run around. Yeah. Good. How are you?
Yeah,
we
talking about all the animals, talking about Joanne MacArthur, talking about rescuing chickens. You know, so many so many aspects to being an animal rights activist.
Right, there is. I'm getting a little bit trolled, but I kind of expected that. But we have some great people in our chat, like Chris Hines is over here chatting away and dismantling some of these weird claims. I think a lot of people are coming in talking about health, but Jenny, you've been vegan for how long?
Oh, like 35 years.
35 years,
yes.
right? Yeah.
I'm ancient.
Yeah, and so 11 years for me. I mean, we know people that have been vegan for so long, right?
Oh, for sure. And the thing is, you know, someone like Robert Cheek, he's he used to be, you know, not much weight on him, a skinny teenager, and then he became vegan, and then he wanted to start building up, you know, with weights, and he's like,
he's massive.
He's massive now, and he's an author.
Yeah. He's got a book out, and ran into him at a few of our events.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that this nonsense about veganism not being sufficient. For example, athletes, they say, you know, much better recovery time, you know, cleaner system. Everything works really well for them. You can bulk up on a vegan lifestyle.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Like, come on, there's just. You have champion weightlifters, champion MMA fighters. The documentary, the Change Makers.
Yeah, the Game Changers.
The Game Changers.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes.
So our friend Michelle Labrosse was actually an MMA fighter, and I noticed too, like, so for recovery, it's just so much faster, so much better, and like I was rollerblading 20 kilometers a day when I lived back in Waterloo. And it was absolutely no problem. I wasn't suffering or anything like that. In fact, I felt like I had that much more energy. I wish I would have done it a long time ago. So
right. Yeah. I mean, I became vegan in my 20s, and you know, I'm kind of jealous of the kids who get it. Like, I had no clue.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of within a system that doesn't tell you anything. It shows you an animal, and it shows you the cuts of an animal, and that's what you learn at school.
Yeah.
So oftentimes you have no opportunity to learn what the reality is, and how that you don't even need to eat animal protein.
Just fed this lie. We're told,
absolute lie.
You need milk for stronger bones. No, actually, in fact, you might get like osteoporosis if you're gonna. You know, you might get cancer. There's links to colorectal cancer and potentially breast cancer. There's something called Jonas disease now that I just found out about that might have a link to Crohn's disease.
Oh, right.
It has the same biomarker, so there's some triggered people around here, and I think that's probably because of us.
Yeah. You know, I tend not to, you know, go too deeply into nutrition because
of course
people will say like
whatever.
They'll challenge you. Because you can look up a report about anything these days, can't you? You can have a scientist make a report about anything. So I always go to the individual. Why are we eating these individuals when we don't need to?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And so like these are the individuals here, right?
Yeah.
So they're the ones paying the price. And what I would say, there's a truck here, Jenny.
Okay.
So we're gonna go and bear witness to these poor animals here. And it's funny because what I was going to say is that these guys, these supposed healthy whatever carnivores or whatever, they don't know any vegans. They don't know us. They haven't talked to us, or they don't know our concerns or anything like that. So how can they claim that they, you know, anyways. This guy just drives so fast. Just have like it's like the animals and are literally like just products. They're not even like beings to these drivers. And this is another down cow here. beautiful. Yeah, they are like big puppies. This guy just goes so fast. They're scared. They don't want the public to see this. And what's so bizarre about that is they don't want the public to see it yet. Sorry, there's someone by our stuff. But yeah, they make these claims, these bold claims that everything's humane and like they greenwash terms, right? And so, yeah, I know, PA, right? People just don't know what they're talking about, right? And again, like I was saying, they make these claims, like humanely raised or grass-fed and stuff like that. Yet they're sent to these places, to this hellhole right here. And you saw the cows, you hear them now. They're suffering, right? Now they know where they're going. And so this is an elongated situation where they got to think about what's going to happen. You know, it's insane. And these people again make these fucking claims like that. Oh, it's humane. Oh, it's fine. It's no problem. They're not the victims in this position because they're the fucking profiteers. Because they make the money. They make bank off of this shit. They're monsters. All right? They're monsters. That's essentially, this whole industry is monstrous. It's the most disgusting industry. It's the most worst, vile industry that there is in human history. 92 billion land animals every single year get sent to one of these fucking hellholes. These disgusting hellholes. And we don't have to. Can you imagine, like, how privileged or how much of a God complex do people have that they send people to these fucking hellholes? God complex, right? And to people, it's like, to them, it doesn't really matter. This is just about social status at some point where, oh, I just don't want to do it because of, inconvenience or whatever. Like, eat shit, man. We need to call out hellholes like this. We need to stop these disgusting places from existing. And that starts with us. We have phones. We can bring them to these locations. I'm not saying you have to be like me. You could turn the camera around and just film it. But we got to put some pressure on these places. We can't just sit here and allow that to, like what I just showed you, to happen, right? If this was our mother, father, sister, brother, we wouldn't leave the place. And I get, we're humans, they're not, but that's their own inherent speciesism as well. We got to get out there. I'm sure we got to be practical too, and I understand that. We have lives as well. But guys, we got to end this. So our phones are the most incredible weapons that we had. I had up to 200 people in here just earlier. Mel and Steve are getting hundreds of thousands of views. Other activists are getting hundreds of thousands of views, and they're just turning their phone on YouTube Live and going with it. And you can do it too. I'm not the most well-spoken. I'm kind of all over the place, but I'm willing to do it because I see the value in it. And if just one person changes, 2 people change off of that, then I stop maybe one of these places from being open for a day. You know what I mean? Like 500 are going to go in here and maybe 2 days, maybe a week, maybe they change someone, maybe someone becomes an activist. The snowball effect is real, So I encourage you to join in Project Livestream. If you have any questions, you can definitely reach out to me, or you can go to Mel and Steve. I'm sure Chris Hines would be happy to help out as well. And the number of incredible activists in here who are doing just that. Like, I know for some it's really outside their comfort zone, and they go do it every day. They go out there and they do the stream, and they got to worry about this or that, and they still do it because them going through that temporary moment is nowhere near as bad as what's happening here with these 2 death trucks and all those poor cows and the cows screaming. Like, you can literally hear the cow screaming because the cow knows, and it's probably suffering, and maybe it broke a leg. Maybe they broke a leg. They're an individual. They shouldn't be in this position, and we need to fight against it. So yeah, I really, really appreciate you all being here today. I'm gonna see how much longer Jenny wants to go with the stream, and I encourage you to get active. I don't want to interrupt. She's in a segue here. I'm just curious how much more energy you got in yet to go. Hey, Paul.
Yeah, I'm fading, honestly.
I'm fading too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we've seen so many trucks.
Yeah.
And it just takes it out of you. You just kind of need that break.
It does, really.
Yeah. Especially seeing the down cow and standing here and hearing her screaming.
I know. All we hear is her screaming. She probably broke a leg, and who knows how many hours she's been screaming for, right? And this guy doesn't care. To him, it's like, oh, I'm making money. This guy can literally go work for any company, but he chooses to drive a slaughterhouse truck. Any company. There's so many jobs available for drivers, and this is the company he goes to. Anyways, yes, I hear you. Maybe we'll close her down in like five or less, something like that. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna be here for about 5 more minutes. Yeah. Thank you everyone for joining the stream, and you go and subscribe and share Jenny out to everybody. She's an incredible activist. Yeah. So we're blowing smoke now, but yes. So let me know, guys. I can either stick around or call it a day. It's getting a bit rough now. It gets emotional, right? And as it should. Seeing all these death trucks around, seeing the apathy that takes place. Seeing like death at death's door, right? It's so disgusting what's taking place here. Good little boy, listen to Jenny. Yeah, I'll listen to Jenny. She's great. She's got more. She's one of the most incredible people you ever meet. She's got more integrity in her pinky toe than most people do. So cows don't scream. Sorry, they bellow. Is that better for you, Morgan? Why do you hate animals so much? I'm just kind of curious. What's up with that? What's up with that disgusting hate for animals? Like, that you would go on a stream where people are trying to defend animals. Did you not see the down cow? That was the cow, bro. The cow was mooing, screaming because their fucking leg is probably broken. Do you know how many fucking cows I saw that were down in the same position? Give me a break. These fucking trolls, man. You got nothing better to do, right? It's cause they're triggered, right? I'm gonna go eat. Good for you, Kenneth. Don't choke. A glass of milk. Well, don't catch Crohn's disease, right? Because that's a potential. Or tuberculosis or avian influenza. Don't catch one of those. I mean, you really wouldn't want to catch one of those, right? Would you? Another person who hates animals, who looks at animals like as if they're nothing, as commodities, as products. Like, what kind of side of history do you want to be on? I don't want to be on that side, Kenneth. I think you're a sad individual if you come into a stream like this and mock animals and mock people defending them. Yeah. No, the system has always been been manipulated. I mean, these are generational wealth farmers. They're the ones who have created the laws to allow these kind of things to happen. We can very easily move to a plant-based food system. A lot of people think that might take a lot of time, but I don't think it would take as long as people think. You would, like I said, most of the animals people eat are 42 days old chickens. I think it's like 80 billion or something like that. So it can change fairly quickly. Yeah, vegan for them, absolutely. That's all I do. If you guys want to subscribe or follow me, I'm on Instagram as well. I'm more active there. I'm on TikTok occasionally as well. We're on a Discord as well under the English Hub. If you go to that chip guy or go to VPM, they'll be able to share a link with you there. That says it all, doesn't it? They'll be able to share a link with you there. But yeah, most importantly, speak up, speak out. There's nothing more noble. I think we are really caught in human centricism, and I think we worry about humans a lot more than we worry about animals, and animals have it the worst, absolutely the worst. So exactly, be proud to be on the vegan side, fight injustice, and don't support animal abuse, slaughter, torture. Yeah, sure, David. Hey, if you want to believe in a negative way of being, that's fine. I find a lot of animal eaters do. A lot of animal eaters don't see a way outside of what's happening. And sure, I mean, I can imagine how that would feel. But I've seen change. I've seen a lot of change over the last 11 years. Like, if you look at the plant-based milks, for example, that wasn't a thing when I was, I mean, there might have been soy milk, I don't know, but like that's just one example of how things are changing, how the times are changing, how people are changing. Like even oat milk at some of the restaurants or some of the cafes that I go to, it's like just the normal thing. There's no extra price or anything like that. And keep in mind, that's including heavily subsidized dairy industry. So these industries are so subsidized that it's insane. But even the plant-based products are coming down, are at equal, almost parity price with these products. So it really doesn't make sense to continue to subsidize these industries when you can just pay the same price for something that's healthier, that's not destroying the environment, and especially not exploiting animals. Yeah, bro, we know that you can't afford an entire barbecue for your family. That would mean you'd have to go into your mom's wallet, find out. I mean, like, look at your tag name, bro. That just says simp all over it. Like, so simp. I mean, people who talk like that, unbelievable. Yeah. So if anybody's got any more questions, the time is now. I'd like to keep the stream going, but I think, we've been out here for a bit, exposed some of the disgusting industry practice here. 2 down cows that I can report if I want. Probably nothing will ever be done about it. That's just... Then you don't know anything about the environment line. Maybe you should come up with a name so people can say that. Oh, so you're like a Jenny troll. That's who you are. Are you like one of the people who like helped Regan Russell die or get killed? Is that what you are, buddy? Maybe I should ban you. I don't like people like you. Watch the movie Carbon Cowboys. Bro, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Oh my God. Watch the movie Anyways, these people just really, they don't look outside of that little box, right? It's really crazy. Anyways, Where is this guy? Can I not, as a whatever, do that? I'm gonna do this though. Sorry, just playing around. Give somebody else a bit of power. Let the power get to your heads. And I trust your judgment, Chris and Martin. And thanks, Betty, as always. I mean, you're always supporting me, and I really appreciate it. No, go into a slaughterhouse, green line, whatever you call yourself. Maybe let us know. Don't judge. I've worked in slaughterhouses. I've been on more farms than you have, dude. I've seen what takes place. I'm no judge because I was part of this, but I certainly am going to be part of the solution. And you can be too, dude. You're a farmer, great. You know what? You can transition. We can help you transition. There's transition projects happening all over the world. You can talk to Rowdy Sanctuary, Rowdy Girl Sanctuary. You can talk to Transformation Project. You can change. You can actually, in fact, continue what you're doing, not eat the animals, and become a sanctuary and live out that life. I'm sure you've befriended these animals before. I'm certain you've befriended these animals, and then you just send them off to their death, bro. You can easily change that. You can stop that cycle now, and you know what? You'll be better for it. If you've taken lives before, there's a video called "What Killing Animals Does to Your Brain." That's great. You have 3 masters and a PhD. How many farms have you been on? How many slaughterhouses have you been inside? I can tell you I've been in more than you have, and I also worked for the Canadian government too. So I know what takes place. It doesn't matter if you want to do this whole idea of appeal to authority. It has nothing to do with it. Everyone saw the down cow in the stream, the 2 of them, right? Everyone knows this is wrong. And even yourself, you wouldn't even be here if there wasn't something inside of you telling you that there's something wrong with this. And we can help you change. It's time to change, bro. I changed. I worked in slaughterhouses. 15 years I worked for the Canadian Food Inspection Agency. It can't sustainably. I don't care about environment, dude. I care about the exploitation of animals. It has nothing to do with sustainable or this weird idea, this notion that you can do grass-fed and somehow that's going to be better for the world. It's just not the case. And even if you could, so what? Even if you had a perfect farm, I could care less. I could care less. Switch, change. You can live vegan. You can change your farm. We can help you get there. Yeah, exactly. Let's go to the slaughterhouse together. And then we'll share with the world, right? And I promise you won't do that, right? You will not do that. You won't even think twice about doing that. And people say, well, I'll invite you to the farm too. Actually, sure, but give me unfeathered access to your farm, whether you're there or not. Let me put cameras inside. You won't do it, right? Just like here, people are freaking out at us showing just outside on the sidewalk. They were claiming that we were on private property. Just out on the sidewalk. Why are they getting so mad? Why does anybody care? This is our food system. We're adults. We should be able to see and do whatever we want, right? We should be able to walk into these places and know what's happening in our food system. If it was a strawberry slaughterhouse, we'd be able to walk in, would we not? So what's the problem here? Good for you, regenerative farming. So farm something else. Get with the times, bro. It's time to change. You can do it. You could lead the way. You could lead the charge, bro. I know many farmers that have changed. I know of hunters that have changed. I know slaughterhouse workers that have changed. Change is happening. It's inevitable. And why would you want to leave your legacy behind knowing that you're taking the lives of all these innocent animals, let alone the fact that you could have changed for maybe your offspring, and maybe they don't have to deal with the challenges of what's going to happen, because the change is happening, whether you want to be a part of it or not. So if you want to know about down cows, so they will, if they can't get them off the truck, they'll shoot them in the head down inside the slaughterhouse truck, and then they'll chop them up inside the slaughterhouse truck, and then they'll take them out. So yeah, vegan for them, it's a very hard process because inside the slaughterhouse, they have what they call a knock box. So they go up to this box, they get shot in the head, they're somewhat incapacitated. Sometimes it's more than once because all skulls are different sizes. And then they chain their feet after they go down a conveyor. They lift them up. So there's not a lot of risk to injury. Whereas on the truck, they'll try everything in their power to get them off the truck because there's a chance that they could hurt themselves, the workers. That's why stunning's the thing. It has really nothing to do with the animal. It has to do with workers getting injured. The electrocution, the captive bolt gun, or the gas chambers. I'm not saying I'm God. I'm saying you haven't suffered the PTSD trauma from taking the lives of the innocent animals. And maybe you don't even know that you're suffering trauma. A lot of workers won't because they bury it down. You aren't the one working on the kill floor. Do you kill them all on your farm? Is that what you do? Just curious. Not sure where you're getting at there, Mike. Joel Stalin. Okay, you know what? Maybe I'll get a hold of this guy. I think you're missing the point, though. Even a polyface farm, I don't care. The cows could be living in the house and have mattresses and like live a glorious life and live their entire lives. The point is using and exploiting them, viewing them as commodities, taking their life needlessly. You don't have to do it. You can farm something else. It's not rocket science. You've come this far in life. And what do you mean nutritional? We are perfectly healthy and fine. And I know plenty of vegans that are. Our brains hurt because people like you know better. You know better. You could change. You could change the world. You could be the leader in the new world and just change everything. You could be like, people would just revere you. And oh my gosh, yes, I've read the Bible. I grew up in a Bible household. I believe in the do unto others principle from the Bible. And what's weird is that you think that taking the life of an innocent being is okay, and yet you don't think there's consequences to the worker or the person who has to kill. You don't think they suffer trauma, PTSD, drug, alcohol addiction, increases in violent crime rates. I mean, this happens as a result of killing. So yes, dude, if you believe on the do unto others principle, then, and you believe in the Garden of Eden, like, there's plenty of vegans that are Christian, Catholic, Muslim. It isn't a prerequisite to get into heaven being religious. I don't care about survival. You're on a phone. I'm on a phone. We're living in today. We're not in a survival situation. Like we used to drink shitty water for 100,000 years. What does that matter? You don't. So kosher. There's literally this place right here. This fucking place, kosher, slaughterhouse. I know exactly what kosher is. Kosher's horrific. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Anyways, I'm gonna end the stream. No, drinking milk's horrible, dude. If you want to, like, not even just from the health perspective, like it like lactose, cholesterol, potentially E. coli, tuberculosis, potentially Crohn's disease. Now there might be a link to that. Avian influenza. So, and antibiotics. So there's like those 7 things. Each one of those things is crazy in its own. If one of those things happen, then you're also sending pregnant cows to slaughter. Imagine having your organs sexually violated in order to produce milk for different fucking species. If we were cows, we would have been born cows. If we were supposed to drink their milk, we would have been born cows. Sorry for the language, people. It's one of those days, language day. But yeah, milk doesn't have any of the Morgan. Oh my gosh. Okay, Morgan, it's very clear that you don't know about cows. Even farmers will tell you that. Exactly, Chris. All right, guys. Well, today's the day that you can go to challenge22.com and try it for 3 weeks. I'm sure you'll be fine. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. I'm sure you'll get over that ego that you have. Oh my gosh, I gotta eat this way. You know, when I went plant-based, I didn't even know what veganism was. I didn't have any support. I didn't know what to do. And in fact, I was probably healthier than I am now. I mean, I was eating broccoli, lentils. I was making like little stews, plant-based stews, and I was very healthy and perfectly fine. Today you have challenge22.com. Go to that. They'll be able to support you and help you out with that. To the activists in the stream that are still watching, or the ones that watch on playback, or people who are thinking about getting active, you can turn the phone around. Join the campaign. Get involved. Put that camera out there. We need the change now. You saw what was happening with those trucks that came in with those poor cows. I saw milk dripping out of them. They need our help. Join the live stream campaign. It's a global thing. Talk to Mel and Steve. Get in touch with Chris Hines if you want. Martin knows a little bit about this too. We're all here. We're all here to support you and get you up and get you on YouTube and do the live streams that we see such value in it. And so I thank you. It's funny because I'm like 5 minutes away from the last 3 live streams I've done, an hour and 22 minutes on each. So I guess I'll be short on this one, but that's okay. Thanks for being here, guys. Love you so much. Hit the like, subscribe, tell all your friends, do all the things. Go to Jenny McQueen. Check out her Instagram. Check out her YouTube. She's been out here. She's a force. She's a warrior. She's incredible. Also, go to Martin's channel. Go to Chris's. Go to all the people you see in the streams here. Go subscribe to their channels. We're all here to support each other and grow the movement. Get this snowball effect going. Much love. And change the world, guys. We got this. Thank you, Felix.